All right. Hey, Pegalo. Yeah, hopefully the servers are stable today. Hopefully the stream is stable too. Let me know if there are any major issues, but I'm hoping we've managed to tighten things up a little bit. So straight away, 3 Nan Gongshongs and a Qi Wang Yao.
It's actually not the Nangongs that I predicted. One of them is Seo,
One of them
but
is Seo, yeah.
yep.
So we're seeing Seo. To the right of Seo is Xiao Qingqi. We have our new Immortal Lord. It's not Cilantro this time. It's Duolun. I'm not sure exactly what that means, unfortunately. Next to them is Rusu, I believe. Then Xiaowu, Eye Pinch. And then Cool Shirt, Tenchuan Fan, and Bujiao on Kakao. So 4 people we saw yesterday, and 4 who were playing in the B bracket here. So a mix of new and old.
Yeah, Pokolo is a special treat just for you. We brought the frames today.
Well, don't speak too soon. I hope we have bought the frames today. Alright, first fight looking good for Seo. The upgraded waves, very strong turn 1 card. Xiaobu fans, initial board a little bit scuffed, but often the case for Lee Man turn 1, trying to make the physique and also play something workable. It's a little bit hard if you're relying on embracing Chi technique. Australian, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's actually actually Australian
I tend to find
GP.
him an extremely good early game character, except exactly on round 1,
Yep.
because after that he has breakthrough advantages and a lot of fates that help him and all that. But round 1 he just has no choice but to jam every physique card he finds.
Yep, exactly. Especially if you want that round 2 breakthrough, which you generally do. Taking Firmness of Body on tier 2, not a fan of the counter move, which is I think it's probably the fate of his that is the most skippable, but it is such a strong card. I find myself clicking it far more often than not.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat on that. You can definitely play it a little based on lobbies, like if you're expecting to play into a Dharma board or something, you maybe desire a counter move in the late game, but I don't know, it's pretty good just all across the mid game against everything. So
Yeah, exactly. The rate on it for a card that you can get on turn 2 is just kind of insane. So I'll be curious to see what Bujio is running here as the number 1 cat girl. Not seeing any side job cards in their hand at the moment. I did not pick up on what side jobs people had selected initially.
so far, 0 of them are revealed to us, but I'll be looking. Don't worry, I'm writing them in as we see.
A reminder that Titania will be updating the spreadsheet for us as we go along, so check out the pinned message in the chat if you haven't already.
Yep, you can, especially you're going to want to review this between rounds so that you can stay knowledgeable about what characters are available to each person, since with the new finals rule, it'll be different on a player by player basis.
Definitely. So, Rusu here. We haven't seen Rusu on Catgirl. I have noticed that pretty much every Lin Xiaoyue has got the costume, even the ones who were playing yesterday and today.
So this one's not Rusu.
Oh,
This
sorry,
is
this is Bujio.
Pichu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rusu has elected to play Xiaobu.
Ah, my bad. Yes. It's gonna take me a moment. It was easier when we only had 2 people with only 1 person with a 2 character name, or 2 people with 2 character names. So Rusu is gonna take me a moment to identify by sight. So unsurprisingly, we have a Plant Master from Ting, going with the conventional wisdom, not from the Siu school of thought. This is
I
Elixir
believe.
Chi Wang Yao. From
Yeah,
the
which
Immortal.
Chiwang Ya? I'm trying to figure out.
The Immortal Lord Dulun. Is
Okay,
running
okay.
Elixir. Yeah, I have not seen the Tenchion fan board here. Musician, actually, with a locked Marrow. Oh, that is School of Thought, I have not really seen on her before. A locked
I have
marrow with
encountered
musician.
uh, I've encountered this a lot of times on the ladder, actually.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I've seen it a fair amount in the like 6 to 7K range.
Hmm.
I don't. When I saw it there, I had very little respect for it, but
Mm-hmm.
now that someone quite good is playing it, I will have to reconsider. Uh, the game plan typically revolves for these people around Craze Dance Tune,
Do you?
and once you hit enough cards, you have a 3-turn kill available at some point in the game.
So
Uh,
I have
yeah.
seen and played the musician Chi Wang Yo with Craze Dance Tune being the end game board, but we have a locked 5 elements marrow, which is not a card that I would have classically locked on this strategy. I don't think.
It pans out well enough. I think like I can kind of envision how you might string that together, but I personally would not have lacked the Heavenly Mara rhythm.
Well,
And so I have to wonder, like that's not really a card you usually even seek to play.
hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's usually one of the 5 elements card. I would say the gold 5 elements card that you most frequently just roll away. Like even if you're planning on playing the wood multi-hit, you'll sometimes give a combined rivers a glance, especially on like your breakthrough turn. But yeah,
Or Blazing Prairie is what you are really looking at.
I mean it's all
Yeah.
upside from there. But yeah, Marrow is not one that I would say makes my board very frequently.
I
How's the
think
stream quality, chat? Sorry to cut you off there, Titania. Chat, stream quality, how we doing here? You can continue, Titania. They don't need to speak out loud. They can, I won't hear them though.
Oh, okay, good point. um, so this is it looks like we have a mirage that's giving people access to certain side job cards because Xiaobu just pulled out a miasma Fulu.
Ah, very good.
Um, or maybe Xiaobu is actually a Fuluist. I guess I don't have confirmation either way yet. Regardless, I think that Chu Wang Yu has a big problem through like rounds. I guess I want to say like 4 to 13, finding a source of tempo so they don't die before they get to play the really obscene late game they have.
Hmm.
Um, and I wonder if their plan is to try and bridge that off of Wood Spirit formation. If you did
Possibly.
that, I could see the Mara lock. That's really the way I can make sense of what we're witnessing.
Yeah, the only other avenue I could see is, you want to play for some reason mono water, and you want to play like predicament water, and you're just using Chi Wan Yo's abilities as a activate water and plus 25 destiny with kindness tune. That's kind of the only other avenue I can sort of see that coming through. Speaking of kindness tune, we have confirmation that our Shabu is a musician. That Miasma
I
Fulu
was
was
about to
indeed.
say that to you.
Yeah.
You also asked about how Buju was gonna play Cat Girl since we've seen sort of a rotation of Cat Girl styles this tournament. They are on Fulu.
Yes. Yes. So, Fulu Kakko rides again, which is yeah, something we've seen a lot this tournament. Been very impressed with Cloud Dance Rhythm in particular, just sort of stringing boards together, and obviously the Fire Cloud Fulu tech for Nan Gongsheng to sort of cover that weakness.
I do wonder somewhat if since the almost the entire lobby is people that are going to be UWF multi-hit abusing in the late game. Um, I wonder if the decision to play musician is actually truthfully rooted in predicament, so that they can force 50-50s on all those people.
Could be, yeah. I think I think musician in general is one of those side jobs that kind of gives you sort of more you put into it. And certainly it's interesting at this high level because on one hand, you sort of expect yourself to be able to make full advantage of the, quote-unquote symmetrical musician cards, but then you also know that these people have a lot of experience playing into musician boards, so it's kind of that thing of, do you think it's a 50-50? Do you think you're favored? Do you do you think your opponents are gonna be able to, tip that in their scales one way or another? I'll be interested to see how these various musician boards end up playing out against each other in particular.
It will be. I think we've only got 2 musicians in the lobby, but I'm sure we'll see many more as the day goes on. It's always, as you point out, a very high effort side job for the people willing to put it in, and it manifests quite a lot in tournaments in a way that we don't see on ladder.
Yeah. Alternatively, you could just put a max kindness tune on your board and then take every Destiny Immortal Fate and then just start making decisions on round like 19.
You could do this. I actually wonder if the reason we are seeing the highest representation of Chi Wang Yao that we've seen all game is exactly for the opposite of that effect.
Because
so you want to get...
Go ahead.
You're ideally trying to race to 16 points as fast as possible to go live, and the quickest you could do this is in 2 games. You would either have to pick up a first and a fourth, or 2 second places.
Yes.
And if people are really determined, they think that that's what they want to shoot for, is getting live to win it in 2, then perhaps you're really thinking to yourself, well, Nangong Shen, because we all know Nangong Shen's the story of this tournament. But I would like the version that is more open to risk, to high and low rolling, so that I am that much more likely to win the lobby.
Right. Yeah.
And I wonder if that's why exactly this one game we're seeing the high representation for her. I don't expect it to be replicated on that logic in any future games in the set.
I could definitely see that. I think that's definitely a possibility. And what Titania is referring to here, chat, if you haven't read the rules, is if you accrue a total of... It's 18 points, right? Yeah, because it's a first and a second.
No, it's 16 points,
16.
Which is a first and a fourth, or 2 seconds.
If you acquire that point threshold and then you come in first place in any of the next 3 games, you win the tournament. That is the end of the event. You are the champion. If it goes to 5 rounds and nobody has managed to do that, then it's just decided by point total. But what that means is victory is within reach as soon as a player has reached 16 points, which we expect will be, round 13. Round 3, game 3. I mean, I guess on a long enough time frame, everyone will get to 16 points. But yeah, round 5 is the cutoff. So we could be here for quite a while, which I'd be psyched for. I'd be excited to get to see it go to 5.
Same, but I was doing a little math, just thinking through what's actually likely, and based on some simulations, the expected number of games that we're gonna see today is it's barely bigger than 4.
Yeah,
it's pretty close to 4.
Yeah, I feel like my sort of gut instinct was with probably by round 4 there'll be enough people to make it quite likely. I'd be very surprised if it was over in round 3, but stranger things have happened. We have seen people who would have won the tournament if their bracket yesterday had these rules. So could easily happen.
That is correct. Okay. Thank goodness. Finally, they clicked on cool shirt, and I can see the side job. You might say, but they've had that divine power elixir on board forever, Titania. No, everyone has the divine power elixir. Yes. The Mirage gave it to them.
Everyone has a divine power elixir or a Miasma Fulu on their board. So, seeing
Observer, if you could kindly click on CU one time so I could see their side job.
I'm pretty sure CU is an elixirist. Also,
me too, but I'll never know until they click on him. It's okay. CU's just gonna do a lot of winning, and then we'll find out as we get later.
Yeah. So at the top of the lobby, we have Rusu, who's been on Kindness Tune Xiaobu, and winning their fights by the looks of things. Behind them, our Immortal Lord on 85. One of the Chi Wang Yos skipped their tier 3 and one took it, but I did not catch which one is which. I mean, based on the Destiny total, I can make a sort of informed guess, but not 100% sure. And then the rest of the lobby somewhat stratified from there.
It's always a relief when you're playing the Chihuahua mirror match and you're sitting there with your tier 3 card, waiting to check, okay, did they take their tier 3? And
Do I need to
huge
wait?
relief.
Yeah.
Huge relief when they didn't and you don't have to play that mini game.
I played a Chi Wang Yo game today. Okay, we have Chi Wang Yo breakthrough on 11 for the Tenchuan fan, picking up concentrated elements. So they are committing to this marrow vision.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see where we go from here, because breaking through on round 11 on Chi Wang
Uncharted
Yo.
waters.
Yeah, here we have. Speaking of Uncharted Waters, here's the opposite of that. The drawn UWF on round 11 here for the first of the Nangong Shongs. Yeah, I think breaking through on round 11 with Chi Wang Yo is defensible. I think maybe the Tenchuan fan took the Epiphany on 3, which is why their Destiny is low and they were able to navigate that breakthrough. But to follow that up with concentrated element, no card draw. Yeah, it's a way to be. Zio sitting in first place also has their UWF. It looks like Qingqing did not get the memo and has not drawn a UWF. They have drawn 3 Wood Spirit Secret Seals as compensation, but it is a cold comfort, I think.
They have maybe a couple rounds to find their UWF. You can get bullied rather quickly if you don't produce it expediently.
And you really don't want to be the Nangong Shong playing the mirror without a UWF, right?
Oh, for certain.
So that Mirage on the Wood Spirit Secret Seal does help a little bit. But I think CO is just gonna, the damage is just deployed way too quickly here. So Qingqing, as a plant master as well, has the extra pressure that if they find a vine, they also need to stay alive long enough for that vine to, mature. Okay, so we have some more insight into what our Tenchuan fan is doing here. They took the Billows Mirage and are playing Mono Water Chi Wang Yo. This was something people talked about her doing. I think because she just looks like a character who would enjoy water. I don't really think any of her fates really support playing Mono Water, or at least not nearly as much as they support doing other things. So yeah, I'll be curious to see.
You can at least, at the minimum, there's the interaction of you get to scam 2 chi, and then, that's just 2 more chi for every Great Waves you play.
That's true. That's true. She does. She is in fact Chi Wang Yo. So, yeah, it looks like it's just the hope is that a predicament water plan is good enough to sort of tangle with the UWF boards of the Nangong Shongs and other Chi Wang Yo, which is certainly the direction that everybody else is going in. Still no...
1 round later, and Qingqing still doesn't have their UWF.
Yes, which is less of a liability now that their opponent is playing Predicament for Immortals. It's kind of... Neither of those two are happy. Qingqing would really prefer to have their UWF, and I think the Tenchuan fan would really prefer their Predicament for Immortals did something, but... Nonetheless, it's probably
they always have the option to just not play it, right? And I wonder, are they playing it just assuming that UWF is going to spring out at any moment because it is Nangong Shat?
I think that is what is happening, yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to contest that is a correct assumption. That it will hit the board as soon as they draw it. You just have to wonder, do they have it yet?
Alright, we see good amount of defense being deployed by the Xiaobu here. The weekend, though, not quite enough to survive the Cat Blast with the Disturbing Fulu backup.
Yeah, it's the flaw will of course cancel out with the weaken, and they'll just be left with some attack down as really their only defensive source.
Yeah. So yeah, the predicament they're not lining up against the no UWF child there. Seal, and it looks like here we are just doing Crash Fist Man for the Xiaowu fan. It looks pretty rote, just a strong board. I'm not sure if there's Entangle coming down. Entangle, a card we have not seen put up a lot of results, but have seen get banned several times, despite not really performing, I think, as well as its pilots would like.
So we may well see the Crash Fist entangle, but the lead man player is, oh no, they are, wait, I think they're an Elixirist.
I did not catch that, actually. I made a note in my head to check their board when they played it. Chat, did you catch the side job for the Xiaowu family man?
Chat, I'm well aware that we just saw 2 mystery seeds in his hand, but I believe they were obtained via the Mirage that lets you draw 2 mystery seeds.
Yes, I agree. Were we looking at Siu's hand just then? Or was that their opponent? Because I saw 2 mystery seeds, and I also saw a
There
vine.
were 2 mystery seeds in Jiaobu Q Pinch's hand. There's also an Ice Guard elixir.
Okay, and
so
yeah, and an ignore defense elixir. So Lee Man is definitely just playing elixir Crash Fists by the looks of things. So yeah, we can lock in elixir for them.
if I had to make a guess as to what they're aiming to do here, if they could hit their entire board, I would wonder if we're about to see the magnanimous righteousness version of the Force Fist board.
Oh, could be. Yeah, that's I mean, that's a very strong. It's a very strong rush. Oh man, that is a brutal ghost howling to kill through combined worlds there to finish off the revived Nan Gongshong.
Yeah, certainly well called.
All right, and here we are seeing a successful defense against the Cat Blast. Not something you see every day. Chi Wang Yo running out of chi, and it looks like our Mono Water plan has not really eventuated the way our Tanchion fan was hoping it would.
Yo, look at this! The turn 3 predicament, and on the same board as the Heavenly Mara. Speaking of things you don't see every day.
That's very funny that Tanchion fan used Concentric Tune to try to apply extra damage to Rusu, and then Rusu played Soul Cleaving and dealt like 80 damage.
Yep.
That's a tough timing to get right if you are playing as Xiaowu and you have the luxury of your tier 5. It is even harder if not. So Siu has a Vine on his board. Has he been playing Plant Master this whole time, or
no, Siu took the 2 mystery seeds and I believe ripped a vine from one of them. Siu has been playing Elixirist.
Okay, fascinating. Well, I mean, now you have the best of both worlds if that's the case. All the perks of an Elixirist plus the backbreaking impact of entangling vine. So I feel pretty good to be in.
Well, there is one perk that you whiff on, which is the Space Spiritual Field. But that's usually not a maximal concern.
Yeah.
That's a much smaller deal than the Vine access.
And now we see a plan that is always a little scary to deploy, which is trying to Chi deny Chi Wang Yo. Not really gonna work out here. Oh, I mean, not entirely wrong. Also,
certain? Okay.
the endless entangling there too. So we have another Mirage here showing up. I think. Ooh, Ching Ching just barely surviving against Siu's onslaught there, dropping to 1.
Surreal, would you say that you are rooting for CU as the last non-Chinese player in the tournament?
I'd say so. Yeah, I'm rooting for Siu. I will definitely be rooting for Siu if at some point they have to bring Xiaobu, as that is my favorite character. So I know Shabu very much in Sio's range, and if they're going to win this tournament, they're going to have to swap characters a few times. That would definitely be what I would need to cement them as my as the person I'm rooting for 100%. But no, I'm rooting for Sio. I'm definitely rooting for Sio.
Okay.
Here we have.
We've got a billion cross side job mirages, and here we just see the straight up divine walk Fulu into devouring vine on Catgirl. We have in Elixirist Chi Wang Yao's hand, we have a Shadow Owl Reishi waiting for deployment.
We have a Chi devouring Sunflower in this Lee Man's hand. Everybody has access to a whole bunch of tech that they normally would not. I think the Chi devouring Sunflower would definitely be a good one to ambush a Nangong Sheng with. They will not be expecting that. And as you pointed out before, Nangong Sheng that is not expecting a Chi disruption is critically vulnerable to it.
Mm-hmm. The counterplay absolutely exists, like I've said before, but it's not. You need the cards for it. You need to know it's coming.
Well, this devouring ancient vine slowly getting to work on this Man's HP pool. I like that. So we have the devouring ancient vine ticking to sort of get some damage going. Meanwhile, we deploy an early Cat Blast to fade the initial guard up. Then the devouring ancient vine eats a couple more stacks of that. We get back to the Cat Blast and it finishes the job. So really smooth play there.
It's remarkably difficult to quick kill someone who's chaining Rule Skies while they have a devouring vine up.
Very much so.
Qing Qing still lacks a UWF.
And unfortunately, that is too many rounds to not have a UWF. They are going 7th here, unfortunately. Gonna be rough if Nangong Sheng gets banned after this, to have that be your one game with the character.
It will be. Everyone will kind of have to be on board to ban Nangong Shen round over round for that to happen.
It's true, and given that the 7th and 8th are Nangong Sheng and Chi Wang Yo, that might not be the case. It's probably unlikely that Qing Qing is going to want to ban Nangong Sheng, especially if Cool Shirt and Siu get into the top 4 and have the character, banned for them anyway. Qing Qing at that point is basically free rolling to keep the character unbanned, right? They get to say, well, now I'm basically the only person who's interested in playing Nangong Sheng. Potentially, of course, people may swap to them.
We'll see how Cool Shirt performs with them too, whether they wind up with it personally banned or not.
Yeah.
I like what the Cat Girl is doing here. This is an excellent predicament hedge. It's of course kind of easy to hedge against predicament with Sword and 10, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
And then they're also going for a large degree of extension so that they can kill through a potential weaken.
Yeah. There's a fair number of upgrades on Rusu's board. You can see the max Heartbroken Tune, and I know they have their full agility engine online, so it's not free to fully extend this much. And I think that that Endless Entangling does get the job done. Ooh, and no Cat Soul Bless, so that's an elimination there. That's Buzio not gonna have the same clean run as yesterday. And Siu falling prey to exactly what we were talking about. Not ready for the sudden Chi devouring Sunflower out of Lee Man, leaving him charging as Lee Man finishes him off.
Especially if you have him marked as Elixirist, how could you see that coming? It really is brutal, the number of cross-side job mirages they're contending with here. But it does make for an exciting game. See how they adapt.
Very much so. Well, we have a bit of a slugfest here between Combined World UWFs, but our Immortal Lord Dulun taking down Cool Shirt here. So this is our top 4, which means these 4 players will not be able to play their characters again. So Sha Fan won't be able to play Li Man, Immortal Lord Dulun will be locked out of Chi Wang Yo. Siu gets their Nangong Sheng game in, and Rusu going to be retiring Chabu after this.
Based on how Lehman's board is shaping up, I'm growing increasingly confident in my magnanimous righteousness prediction. We are seeing them use a staple. What's the name of the tier 4 card that adds chi and then makes force for each chi? They're using one of those as a staple on their board.
Surging waves, yeah.
Surging waves, thank you. They are saving a sure Aurora in hand.
Okay.
It just really seems like they're saving the pieces to do that.
I see. Yeah, I see.
And they just haven't drawn the righteousness yet, although they're also, from what I can tell, missing the vast universe.
Yeah, it's a few pieces, but Crash Pistol's okay as long as you've kind of got the upgrades. Alright, well, speaking of upgrades, these are two very upgraded boards here. We have the, the surviving Chi Wang Yo special here of just the most terrifying board you've ever seen. Though it is Elixirist, which does lower the cap a little bit compared to Fulu, I think. And on the other side, we've got Seal, just trying to sort of bash through it. Not a lot of attacks on Immortal Lord of Duelin's board. Also, Seal must be Plant Master, right? There's no way there's a level 2 Space Spirit field without being Plant Master, surely. The extra attacks lining up perfectly against Immortal Lord Duelin, though. Not so lucky for
Maybe
us.
I did record CU's side job incorrectly. Apologies.
It's all good. It does make the appearance of the Vine a little less miraculous, but still good all the same. So, a classic matchup here of Xiaobu versus Nangongchong. This was very, very common in the live shop release of DX. It's a matchup that can kind of go either way. A lot of it comes down to this predicament call. I think with enough upgrades, Xiaobu has a couple of boards that, particularly deploying Bearing the Load as a card that blocks like 40 damage, can be enough to, maneuver, weaken, and entangle in a way where you survive even if you do let them chase. But it's
Surreal. I gotta break it to you. CU has upgrade elixirs in his hand.
Oh, okay. Additional side job then? Yes. Okay, additional side job is what's going on. Very good. See, everyone was right. That's another thing.
Okay.
Okay, note to self. Look at Immortal Fates. Very good. Okay, yes, we can see the additional locked. We can see locked Enlightenment Elixir from the Dao Rhyme and additional side job on phase 2 with the Plant Master icon. So really, Titania, we've got no one to blame but ourselves.
Yeah, okay. You got me.
I'll go down with you on this one, Titania. We
both of us missed critical details.
Yes. Well, speaking of a critical detail here, we have UWF running into a predicament, a Vine being deployed that is actually only serving to improve Rusu's board here by giving them additional debuffs and healing from Xiaobu's tier 5. And this Search Prairie here just hitting for a negligible amount of damage, and the rest of it being completely soaked up by that Bearing the Load. So Rusu is still alive. Looks like we might be seeing there's a very, very small amount of HP over there for our Immortal Lord here. However, they do have Combined World stacks, and Combined World is a very strong card, so just barely eking out the win over the Xiaobu fan.
If they have anything to lament, our Lord Belhan here, it's that they've only drawn a single copy of Cirque all game, so they keep running out the Cirque Combined Worlds against every single opponent, and despite having a maxed Combined Worlds, it's only 6 charges. It's a little bit lame on their end. I'm sure they would really like that second Cirque.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
In fact, it would have been enough to defeat the Nangong when they played that round, had they had it.
Yeah. This looks like... so, most likely we're going to see 2 eliminations here. The Xiaowu Cute Pinch can potentially tank the loss. Round 18 could also get eliminated. Definitely seeing at least one person down. So I think Rusu or the Immortal or Dulan will be eliminated, and then who wins between Siu and Xiaowu Cute Pinch will determine the other one. Looks like we have a call for predicament that I believe has been cut. But also a monstrous amount of upgrades on this board. Like the max Willow Leaf, the max Blazing Prairie. May still just be enough.
And still just a single Cirque.
Just a single Cirque.
It truly is amazing how much of an upgrade fiend Chiwangao is.
So that Shadow Owl Rishi that had been picked up several rounds ago, now getting deployed here to run out the Chi Elixir and Fragrant on a single turn. Just absolutely hammering Rusu with damage. And it's enough. So Rusu out, felled by a Shadow Owl Rishi off a Mystery Seed off a Mirage. Meanwhile, the Ghost Howling plan here, a little less effective when you fail to crack the Combined Worlds. So that is 31, not quite enough to eliminate Xiaowu Cute Pinch. So Xiu is fighting Immortal Lord Dulan, and Liman is fighting Immortal Lord Dulan's Ghost. So we could see this could be the end of the game. We could definitely see 2 people get eliminated here, depending on how strong this Immortal Lord Dulan board is. If they can so they're fighting. So Xiaowu Cute Pinch is fighting the Immortal Lord's Ghost. So they're probably not going to try to cheat deny them, because I don't think the cheat deny Sunflower is going to get the job done against Max Chi Elixir, which you saw was on the board last turn. Most likely they're just going to try to punch through the Combined Worlds, but a little bit of a rough spot to be up against double Combined Worlds here in the final, but that is kind of what you expect from here.
If you take a look at Dulan's board, you can just clearly observe, oh, this was a board that was intended to play around Predicament. So you know the board is going to change up, but also Dulan has been using that the big Chi pill as part of their staple UWF board as well. So you expect that to not vanish.
Yeah. A cool line here as well. Leading on the Cirque Combined World, going to line up really well against the Wood Spirit Secret Seal Heartfire start by Seal. And then means they're going to be fairly well protected against future Heartfires. It looks like they're just trying to wait out Seal's damage here.
I mean, they are Cirque Combined Worldsing back and forth at each other, and they both timed it very well for this to always land.
I think the extra speed of deploying the UWF first is just going to be too much there. Yeah, CU gets that extra.
I don't think that's why, actually. I think the reason that CU won is they have the max Cirque, so they get 8 Combined World charges to only the 6 from Chiwangao.
That's true, and Immortal Lord Dulan eliminated Li Man. So that is the end of the game. CU takes first place, Immortal Lord Dulan in second, Xiaowu Cute Pinch third, Rusu fourth, Full Shirt fifth, and then from there, I believe we have the rest of the results already.
Cool Shirt and Buju actually tied at 5.5.
Ah, okay, my bad.